Alright, this is Vegeta8259 again, and today I'm obviously going to be doing a non-Gundam review. This is the Bandai's new Megazord action figure that they've released from, of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Apparently, in 2010, actually next month, January, instead of releasing a brand new Power Ranger series like they usually do for the past 10 or so years, they're deciding to just restart and show the original Power Ranger series from the beginning. And to coincide with that, Bandai has decided to not re-release, because these are all brand new action figures, but release a new toy line based on the original Power Rangers. And this will be a review of the Megazord. Here's the box art. As you can see, it's nice and green, very reminiscent of the old Power Rangers boxes. But obviously you get a window so you can actually see the figure, unlike the original. But it's got a nice little photo of Megazord at the bottom, taken straight from the show, so that was nice. Now, some of you may be about my age, and if that's the case, then you probably watched Power Rangers when you were growing up. And you might have come across this in Walmart or Target or Toys R Us or somewhere and say, wow, that looks really cool. I wonder if it's just as good as the original Megazord. Or if you don't look closely, you might think that it actually is the original Megazord, but it's not. It's very, very similar. In fact, it's almost exactly the same. But there are a few little subtle differences, and I'll just do this review to show you how it stacks up. Unfortunately, I don't have an original Megazord to compare this to on video, as mine is long since gone, but I do remember it quite well, so I'll try to do my best to point out any differences between these new versions and the original. Now, first, we've got the T-Rex, obviously. Pretty similar to the original. Articulation, you got nice loud ratcheting joints at the hips and at the knees. A quieter joint at the ankle. The tail can go up and down, but that's more for the transformation. The arms can go up and down at the shoulder. There's no elbow joint, unfortunately. And the mouth can open and close, and the head can go up and down. One thing I really thought was nice about this set is that it actually comes with a sheet of stickers. Because, you know, most action figures just don't come with stickers anymore nowadays. And I thought that was a really nice throwback to the original by including stickers for this set. Like, some of the stickers are already applied, but like these stickers on the chest and the little flamethrower inside the mouth, and these stickers on the legs, all those you get to apply yourself. Which, if you don't like applying stickers, may be bad, but I, for one, actually love applying stickers, so it worked out for me. One difference that I noticed right off the bat between not just the T-Rex, but all of them, is that on the original Megazord, it had like a light gray plastic, and on this new version, all of that has been replaced with this kind of a silver plastic. And let's see what else. I'm not sure, but I don't think on the original T-Rex, I don't think he had these pegs on his knees like this. I think on the original, this whole little round knee joint just went down into the Zords to make the legs, but I don't think those pegs were there. And on the original, the end of the tail had a little joint where it folded backwards for Megazord mode, but there's no such joint here because I think the tail's probably slightly shorter. Excuse me. I have a cold, so my throat's kind of raspy. Anyway, that's pretty much the T-Rex. Next up is the Pterodactyl, which is probably the closest to the original out of all of these. Well, I don't know. They're all pretty close, but this one's really, really close. Basically, the only differences is that the light gray plastic has been replaced by silver, and that's about it. Other than that, I mean, there's some details in here that are missing that were on the original, but not really much in way of articulation or sculpting. It's articulated the same way as the original. You got the wings can fold up and down. The head's got two joints, a joint down here and then a joint at the head, so you can have it in a flying pose or stand it up on its little gun feet and stand it up like so. Also, the original Megazord did not have a metallic sticker for the window on the chest, and I just thought that was a nice addition to this newer version, having a metallic sticker that just looks really nice. Next up is the Mastodon, which on the outside looks pretty similar like the other ones, but there are a few differences. Obviously, like on all the other ones, the gray plastic has been replaced by silver. The biggest difference between this newer Mastodon and the original is the head. Obviously, the tusks are not chrome on this version, and the tusks do not come out. On the original, that's one thing that plagued the original Megazord, is that a lot of the parts would come out easily and they'd get lost and you'd never see them again. But these tusks are firmly anchored into the Mastodon's head, so you don't have to worry about those coming out. And I can't remember if the trunk moved up and down on the original or not. I honestly can't remember, but if it did, this one does not. The trunk is just, it doesn't move. So anyway, other than that, there's not much to the Mastodon. There's no articulation in the front legs. I guess there could be articulation in the back legs, although that's more for the Megazord transformation. But yeah, still pretty nice. Looks really nice. Next up we have the Triceratops, which in my opinion suffers the most from the transition from old to new. Just like the Mastodon, the horns on the Triceratops are no longer chrome, they're just silver plastic, and they do not come out. Just like the Mastodon's tusks, the Triceratops' horns could easily be lost, but no longer on this version because they're pretty securely stuck in there. Also, the tail, while pretty similar, lacks a little bit of articulation. It's got these two little blasters on the end of the tail. On the original, this was a separate chrome piece, and it could swivel around, I think, 360. But it's all just molded right into the tail on this version, so you can't really do anything there. Also, with the Triceratops and the Saber-Tooth Tiger, there are things that look like wheels down here, but they're actually just little lumps of plastic. They're not really wheels. And on the original version, you actually had wheels there, so no luck on the newer Megazord. And last is the Saber-Tooth Tiger. The fangs can move around just like they did on the original. These fangs do come out, but you have to pull pretty hard to get them out, so I don't think you really have to worry about losing them. They're probably going to stay in there. Again, silver plastic where the originals were chrome. Again, no wheels, although it has things that look like wheels. They're just solid plastic, they don't roll. Other than that, the Saber-Tooth Tiger is pretty similar to the original. Gray plastic replaced by silver. On the original, these big black wheels spun, but not on this version. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty nice. Now, we're already at 9.5 minutes. You know what? I think I'm going to make this a two-part review, so come back for the next part and we'll put Megazord together, go over the battle tank formation, and do all that good stuff.